I guess this as much as for my own record because it's fun to look back on and it's kind of cool to just see the videos once it's done. Uh, See where we're at and what we were doing and what I was deciding as I went through it. So this is my version of the giant photo portfolios that you see at car shows. This won't be as available as that because it's digital, but had fun doing this with my bike. So here it is with my car. I've done a ton already. Will it switch? No, it won't. So, yeah, this one will just be portrait video. I have the entire under the dash ripped out. There's the ignition harness was over there. Most of the HVAC harness comes out over here. Goes through that hole right there. Just kind of cut the carpet off just to be able to get to stuff easier. And so it wasn't in my way because it was kind of peeling up. This is remnants of, it's not rat turds, it's the glued on under carpet sound deadening whatever. It's kind of, it looks real nasty. It's kind of everywhere, but obviously it's falling apart. None of the HVAC worked, none of the vacuum system worked. It was just leaking, so I didn't bother with it. Anyway, that whole all of the HVAC box stuff sits in here on either side of this giant gaping hole in the firewall. This hole is usually pretty well filled up with box that I have to rebuild. They say the AC works very well once you go back through it and fix all of it. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Actually, the entire engine harness is out, save for the spark plug wires that I didn't take out yet. But I took the whole headlight wiring harness that usually runs up along that side. You can see the clips there. It goes through a hole that's just kind of underneath the water outlet right there, the one that goes into the radiator. So all the wiring for the headlights is out except for the motors. The motor wiring is still in there. I had replaced those with electric instead of the vacuum ones. Tonight is finishing up taking apart the interior. I have the seats all loose. It kind of feels like a milestone at some point to have the seats out of it because I can no longer sit in it. It doesn't really feel like a car anymore. Doing all new carpet. This may get a subwoofer. It may not. It depends on how much I feel like doing and how much will actually fit in those little pockets on either side for speakers. And there's little dash speakers that go up on the top, but they won't put out a whole lot. Soft top is just going to rattle anyway, so I don't know how much I want to try. That's kind of where we're headed for now. I have all the wiring harnesses are over there. That one I think is the engine harness, and then the one more stuffed up in the corner is the interior harness. Yeah. And the HVAC harness I think I stuck up on top. Well, that I can, there's not hardly any light up here, but I got most of the parts stacked around. So that bracketry stuff right there, that mechanism is the door that covers the windshield wipers. That's what covers that. It flips it up and forward so that the wipers can come out from underneath it. That's what that mechanism is. I put both of my doors in over there. They're sitting back in the corner, and other random parts. My heater core is broke. Got to replace that. And yeah, that's what we got. That's where we're at. See what happens. We're still tearing stuff apart. Got a long list of parts already, but I haven't started to buy stuff till we're... Maybe I haven't sold my Celica yet, so got to sell the Celica to get funny money to go buy Corvette parts with, because it's gonna be a lot. Oh, other things I got. Borgson. This is a higher ratio steering box. So just completely replacing the box. There's also this thing here is a steering box brace that they say it's from Ride Tech. That's their symbol. Steering box top brace supposedly makes it a little bit nicer. And I got power steering lines to go with. I don't know if my cylinder is leaking, so I didn't buy the cylinder yet. I'm just going to put all this in it. This box comes with a rag joint. I don't think that I need this because I already replaced it, but we'll see. I don't think I bought much else yet. Oh yeah, I did. I bought the 800 horsepower fuel injection carburetor thingy from Go EFI. I bought that used. And here's a little surge tank that my fuel pump's going to go in. So I'm still going to have a mechanical pump on the engine that's just going to feed into this tiny little tank. And my pump sits on the top of this to go to feed the higher pressure for this thing. That should make it run a lot more consistent. Be easier, and I don't think the pump will make a whole lot of noise because it's rubber isolated and everything, and shouldn't be too bad. I just bought, literally this pump was like, this is a Bosch 044 style pump, and says it's for E85, but I think it's only a 250 liter per hour, so that really wouldn't get you real far on E85 anyway. But I believe that was like $35. Beyond cheap, and I was like, well, if it dies, it's really easy to replace. It's not inside the tank. Why not? This does allow me to not have to rip into the tank using the mechanical cam-driven pump as the lift pump to go into the surge tank. Then I don't have to rip into the tank. I don't got to put different drains in it and whatever. I might put water drains in that tank and the rear fuel tank of the car, just to make it easier in case it does leak, because it has leaked before. Yeah, that's it. You'll probably see a time lapse of it, or I'll have a time lapse somewhere of the car seats coming out, just because I think it's interesting, and ripping the rest of the carpet out. So there you go.